The idea of reckoning to me has changed so much. Just 5 minutes before I walked in here, my ideas on what was possible for reckoning changed.
The Collaborative on Reckoning and Justice is a group of 33 people who come from different perspectives to have a conversation about the future of justice in the United States through the lens of reckoning.
We're here in Santa Fe for our third meeting of the Collaborative. It was really great to be coming back into a circle that already felt like friends. It really made it possible for us to open up even further.
Coming back into this space with this group today is kind of like a family reunion.
Like all families, we don't all think the same, we don't all agree on the same things.
You have folks that are advocates, you have abolitionists, you have people that are working from inside of the system, and the conversation about how we can come together to do good work is something that I find very valuable.
I'm finding it easier to reintegrate into relationships. We can go a little bit deeper and just be a little bit more vulnerable.
People are building ideas together, creating strategies together. It's been an incredible experience to see people be this vulnerable.
We're gaining trust. There's actually scope for a lot of dialogue across what to me felt like an impassable divide. That was an aha moment that we may be onto something quite big here.
In this third meeting, we're coming together to start to hear from individual people around our table about what we're calling reckoning projects. What we want to do with these reckoning projects is create space for trying to figure out what does reckoning mean in the day-to-day of what we're doing.
The project that I'm working on is a narrative piece that I'm writing with Vivian Nixon. Me being a former warden in a correctional facility.
I also have a tie to correctional systems, not because I ran one, but because I was incarcerated in one. I thought it would be a really great idea to write about that together.
The piece that I am really thinking about is how we reckon with the problematic nature of funder and partner relationships.
A look back at the history of New York City and the operations of the criminal justice system in New York with an acknowledgement of harm.
Recognizing what my role has been in perpetuating a harmful dynamic when it comes to the parole consideration process.
So me and Marcia, we have talked about trying to start a justice lab in California.
We're listening to people's projects, and it's wonderful to see that people are committed. You lay a foundation, and now we're starting to build the building. We are very adamant about creating something.
To hear how people are thinking about how they will relate to this reckoning process has brought vision to reality. What is transpiring in this room right now will ultimately be a movement.
When you come to New Mexico, you see the culture everywhere. You kind of absorb the history, everything just kind of confronts you. It's important that we realize America means different things to different people.
To me, the idea of reckoning is bringing awareness around the sacredness of everyone and working to heal sites of fracture. Being part of this project has changed me and changed how I've thought about the tenets of justice.
A lot of times we come together to say, what can we do to change the system? This part of reckoning, we're looking to say what needs to be healed in me so that it is reflected in how I approach the work.
It's allowed me to think about what my role is in the way I train my students, in the way I pursue my own work. And I'm grateful for continued opportunities for growth as I think about perhaps the harms that I've caused in my own life as we continue.
Over the course of the last year, I've just come to see that the reckoning has to start right here within myself. We all have reckoning to do, and if my reckoning can inspire somebody else's, that's where the real change is likely to happen.